Hi class, today I will argue on the variety of factors that are causing our bees to die at a record rate. For the past few years, we are starting to see a tremendous decline on our vital pollinators. Our ecosystem can suffer a tremendous of consequences if we lose these pollinators. It can even mess up our entire ecosystem. There are a lot of factors that are causing our bees to die, but there are some things that we can do to help prevent this before things get worse, because our bees are under attack. Some of the things we can do to help prevent this before things get worse is we can stop trying to kill our bees whenever we see them in public when we're outside and outdoors, because we think they might sting us. We should just let them be and let them live. Another thing we can do is eat plant bee friendly. And then another thing we can do is we can have a friendly habit in our outdoor spaces. There are a lot of factors that are causing our bees to die. Some of those factors are pesticides, natural habit, diseases, and climate change. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is pesticides. In the article Friends of the Earth, which was published on September 18, 2021, they mentioned that pesticides is one of the biggest problems on why our bees are dying. Pesticides is reducing the bees population in doves, so it's harder for bees to reduce resistance to diseases and impair the ability to navigate and reproduce the bee's nervous system. And then another reason is habit destruction. According to the article NRDC that was published on August 20, 2022, this article mentions that habit ranges for bees have become smaller, so it's harder for bees to find a home to live in. It's also harder for them to search for their food. A lot of these new bee colonies, they can't really adapt to new places, so it's more likely for them to die since it's harder for them to adapt to this new habit ranges. And then another thing is climate change. According to the article, The Buzz on Climate Change that was published August 19, 2022, this article mentions that there has been an increase in climate change. This increase in climate change is disrupting the bees' behaviors. Bees depend on scent to search for their pollen. Pollen is their food. So since bees have the special ability to remember the scent, and then this new scent is changing, it's harder for them to change their scent and cause climate stress. So all these bees are having a trouble finding their food and finding where to plant their food with all these new climate changes. And then another thing we have is diseases. Diseases are affecting the bees' population because, according to the article Plant Bee Foundation that was published on May 10, 2022, these bees are becoming very weak to these new diseases, and you can see them dying more quickly. Two of the well-known diseases that are killing all these bees are called the American Fulbright and deformed wing virus. Our pollinators are in crisis. Without our bees, our planet would be drastically different. Our bees play a very important role in our ecosystem. Bees are critical to our food supply. Without bees, our whole ecosystem can change. Not only do us humans depend on our bees, but also animals depend on them too, because animals and us depend on their pollution. We need to take immediate action to help our bees from not dying. Some researchers even say that by the year 2050, our bees can become extinct. We are able to support this cause and helping our bees by supporting activists in the country so that our bees can survive for much more longer than the year 2050. Thank you.